Debera da ne nsɛm ahodoɔ a ɛrekɔ so wɔ yɛn man Ghana mu afei ɛna mpanimfoɔ so baby sɛ saa adeɛ kye na kyerɛ sɛ yɛante asɛm foforɔ a na yɛkyi. Bɛnam so ama from the office of the Attorney General ɔde nsɛm bi aba abɔnten about the ruling of Ato Forson and the third accused Richard Jakpa. Now, abusuafoɔ nyinaa yɛnim sɛ the appeals court really, on the side of the both, parties, Ato Forson and Richard Jakpa. Now, two justices are really that case way, Justice Kweku Akwa Boafo and Justice Bright Mensah. Omuni really on behalf of the two parties, Dr. Case Ato Forson, only the third accused Richard Jakpa. No more really case way and now the Attorney General Eddie say be ever but say ayo omaye in Drenchia case pa to say omaye very biased. Na ni nyina ene say omantie in semnimu ntwemu ye but you can say nsema Ato Forson ene Richard Jakpa ebeka e wo court wo ene omutie eno pe eno share so or the release case way but entesa so we really recra na ahoya appeals court through the Supreme Court into ono the Attorney General Godfred Yebo Adame bra wa bre e case way mu emu perjury ani emu cross examinations akese akoso e the appeals court na still two justices way are really on the side of Ato Forson and any Richard Jakpa there or better case way ejakwa kopiemu e Supreme Court. So this here from the office of the Attorney General or saying the Court of Appeal decision regarding the acquitted and discharge of Dr. Forson and Richard Jakpa is unfair to the nation and inimical to the fight of impunity. The Attorney General is going to promptly go on appeal and or say very unfair to the nation. Say nipa menu 234 bi betimi afasika esombo 2.37 euros edikwa na chese omonye she about it osa say onti ase entino or the case kwa akopiemu the apex court in Ghana the Supreme Court no ma say really case we efofo na Ato Forson so dey say bi about but my grant interview no say nyame na edi ne ho afofie because the MPP for epe kwan bia so edi na kwa kotwem ewo Nsawam aba enso nyame aboa no nyame eyi ne kre no aba abantin and also the third accused Richard Jakpa enso dey say bia aba abantin say ono de oko her ladyship Chief Justice Tokono office sisia okwa kwaje ne passport because ontimi emfa ne passport enye hwe emma ono a sabe use passport no against him. 18 obisefo ya chewo ne yekweti masisia medas.
Of the Attorney General has taken hold of appeals court ruling on omode baye no na the office of the Attorney General akasa almost say the Court of Appeal decision regarding the acquittal and discharge of Dr. Forson and Richard Jakpa is unfair to the nation and inimical to the fight against impunity. The Attorney General is going to promptly file an appeal. Yes, this is the breaking news. It's here in SMPTV, Abekayensa. And a and a court of petition by 2-1 decision. The presiding judge, Justice Pukwe Champong, said there be Ato Forson has a case to answer. Two justices, Justice Bright Mensah and aviso Justice Kweku Akwa said there be yenya omo me emfo omo nko enti ye hu se Ato Forson aba bontin sisi aba grant interview say he has been justified nyankopon abu ne bem agya no ne hu son oko Richard Jakpa so a grant interview said he is going straight to the office of Justice Efiase Wasarabutwe okoje ne passport etu kwan adwane afro man Ghana mu is as the Court of Appeal agya no say oni any case to answer. The witness is no supina mokrano, ubi ankoni baby. And no, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Godfred Yebo Adame, in a swift response, ako piemu ewo Court of Appeal, and saka judgment ni biya waken kaimu or say, judgment no, it is not in favor of the nation. Mwa o no, esan say ruling na omode aba no e kire say 2.37 million euros na Ghana e boss aka no nya de asika no Ghana nsabeka bi ahim skani ishimu a die nti na omo hweye e ma say sika no ahim no ye jai omo say they should go scot free eno ena the office of the Attorney General Godfrey Odame says it is unfair to the nation and inimical. Now, the Attorney General raises certain points in his official release. The office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice to all press houses, including SMPTV. Press release. The Republic versus Ato Forson and two others. Two others, you say you almost had it, Sylvester Name and account. Until we don't know, say, yare no, say, you know, say the Assembly in the before, but the Versailles number called to be media. Point 1. Attorney General say, on 30th July 2024, end of the year, the Court of Appeal, by a split 2-1 decision, the 3-2, said the joint news for the multimedia for Kikana, a 2-1 decision. The Court of Appeal, in a 2-1 split decision, allowed an appeal against the ruling of the High Court Accra, dated 30th March 2023, dismissing a submission of no case filed by the accused persons and ordering them to open their defense. The Office of the Attorney General considered the decision of the Court of Appeal to be perverse in the quest for public accountability and rule of law. The decision clearly is heavily against the weight of the cogent evidence led by the prosecution in substantiation of all the charges against the accused persons and the trial. Point 3. The relevant facts of the matter as borne out by the undisputed evidence led so far show that vehicles purporting to be ambulances were imported into the country in December 2014 in violation of the contract governing the transaction. The then Minister for Health, Mrs. Sherry Ayiti, had cautioned in writing against the importation of the vehicles into the country. There was thus no request by the Ministry for Health for the vehicles to be imported into the country or for the letters of credit, which were the means of payment for the vehicles under the contract, to be established. With no request from the Ministry of Health or any authorization whatsoever, and at the time the period for the supply of the ambulances and the contract had elapsed, the first accused, Ato Forson, by letters dated and 7th and 14th August 2014, instructed the Bank of Ghana and the Controller and Accountant General to issue letters of credit for the payment for the vehicles. The letters of credit were consequently established on 18th August 2014, where Big C General Trading Limited, the suppliers of the vehicles based in Dubai, whose contract had no parliamentary approval, proceeded to ship the vehicles on receipt of letters of credit. When the letters of credit arrived, when the vehicles arrived, they were not of the kind specified in the contract. Furthermore, apart from the absence of basic parts and equipment required for an ambulance, the National Ambulance Service and the Ministry of Health noted serious defects in every material part of the vehicles. Such was the fundamental nature of the defects that a former Minister for Health, Dr. Alex Shebefia, described the vehicles as ordinary vans, quote unquote, not fit for purpose. In point of fact, a report on the vehicles by the authorized dealers in Mercedes-Benz, commissioned by the Ministry of Health in 2015 to assess the vehicles, tendered in evidence by the prosecution, stated that the vehicles could never be converted into ambulances. The defects were so irreversible that from the time the vehicles started arriving in December 2014 right up to January 2017, when the erstwhile John Dramani Mahama administration left office, they could not be converted into ambulances. The Office of the Attorney General considers the decision of the Court of Appeal grossly unfair to the nation and inimical to the fight against impunity and abuse in public office. The office will promptly file an appeal in order to erase the effect of this erroneous decision of the Court of Appeal. Signed, Godfrey Odame, Attorney General, Minister for Justice. Enti ensam wa yakeka ho asem wo court wa Ghana fo nyina be hunu a dance ye ho no wo court. Say number 1, vehicles na ekokra bae no ambulances no NDC appointees mahama appointees na nkasa first health minister Shariate said there be emwa alase be hu ye ose it is not fit for purpose ti ni kwan se de ye adwuma unauthorized letters of credit and any coins Ato Forson and the kwa onu ankasa e de koye which has been established by Secretary Nankasa Richard Jakpa ebai ebedi adanse Secretary was evil and intina dealer no ne Ato Forson person ye no no ampene amanankoso. All these matters were established in the due trial process. Enti eye wanwa say ne the court of appeal and this ruling ibaye and no and the office of the Attorney General say based on all these evidences here they dance here say at the Ministry of Health there was an opposition to the fact say when a man fa ambulances na ma ambulances na fit for purpose contractual terms no bibia any dance na was sent go to eskabi I go to 2.37 million use yeni company na omo ye Mercedes Benz na nkasa kwa di nkomo no during NDC time 2015 omo ankasa gitumu say yentumi convert emfanye ambulances from 2014 to 2017 and NDC tiabe so no none of them could serve this purpose and yet then and a court of appeal ebeka say Dr. Ato Forson and Richard Jakpa have no case to answer to the nation. 2.37 million euros no Ghana almost kana kwana. The office of the Attorney General said they are filing an immediate appeal. See ya. No file immediate appeal now. The basically said the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Gertrude Esaba Saki Tokono, will constitute another bench on the same court of appeal now. No Monswa Babiti. It is a say first court of appeal ruling by June 8, 2024. Ebo case Ato Forson Asem Totune and no ne Justice Amaleboba, Justice Bright Mensa, and one other justice Ano Kamu. Second ruling here a free court of appeal and also another panel was constituted. Only Justice Bright Mensa was retained. Justice Pukwe Champa was presiding. Justice Kweku Boafu no Kamu. And it is say here another appeal ebay probably a panel of 5. I know so many new justices no so ba betina sa case is so 80 the office of the Attorney General and so edego PMO appeals court. Inti case Ato Forson ne ho ento ne sa inti no na ma wo bo chiri won to no mo Richard Jakpa so ko gide passport every